Now, the desert locusts have invaded parts of Isiolo and Meru counties. Authorities in Isiolo have confirmed the invasion, which now threatens the livelihood of many residents in the county, majority of whom are pastoralists. Swarms of locusts, as you can see from Ajir and Mandera, have now spread to Garbatula and Merti areas of Isiolo. So far, 3,050 square kilometers have been ravaged by the deadly pest.
We're going to begin with the chaos in Puerto Rico. A 6.4 earthquake and multiple aftershocks rocking the island just a day after a 5.8 earthquake destroyed multiple homes and this famous landmark, the Punta Ventana rock formation.
This was felt across the island, the most powerful earthquake yet, followed by a swarm of at least 11 more. The notoriously vulnerable power grid was shut down proactively, and we're now getting a better scope of the damage with Sunrise. At least one hospital forced to evacuate patients to the streets in their gurneys after a powerful 6.4 earthquake rocked the island this morning.
Oh my God, it's shaking. I could hear cracks. It's through my house. Everything started falling over.
This comes on the heels of Monday's 5.8 quake called a foreshock that shook houses.
I want all of you to take heed to this message. Take heed to that which you are about to hear, because I'm about to share with you a news clip of recent events that have unfolded in the Philippines. I am absolutely amazed at what I am hearing coming from the news report about the Philippines. Because as of recent, the Philippines has just experienced a volcanic eruption. It's quite a fascinating light show. As you are seeing this clip for yourself, this is the real footage that was captured from the volcano that erupted in the Philippines. Now I want you to listen to this news report, and we are going to break this down. We're going to talk about what I found quite fascinating, because the Bible literally is being fulfilled right before our very eyes. Pay attention, open your ears, and let's watch this together.
We were up at the site earlier today, about 6 miles away from Taal volcano, and all throughout the day we saw the volcano spewing out ash clouds. These ash clouds were initially like white, and then they turned to gray, and at some point they were also black. On the roads going up to Taal volcano, there was the roads were covered with sludge. This is because of the volcanic ash that mixed with rain. So the roads were very slushy and slippery, and it was very difficult to move from one place to another because the roads were dangerous. Also, the ashfall covered entire swaths of plantations and mostly pineapples in this part of the country. And also, you know, the weight of the volcanic ash, it made the leaves on trees droop. Entire towns were covered in gray. They looked like a black and white photo. Now, against all of this, some people, or most people, didn't really look like they were in a state of alarm. A lot of them were going about their daily business. Like, for example, Tagaytay, which is a very popular tourist site, was still attracting a lot of visitors who were taking selfies in front of the volcano and really mesmerized by the terrifying beauty of its continued eruption. You also saw farmers washing away volcanic ash from their livestock and just trying to go about their daily life, and people were wondering, where's the panic or where's the alarm? Now, a lot has been said about the resiliency of Filipinos in terms of coping with natural disasters, but I think that can be drilled down deeper to two factors, both starting with letter F. One is frequency. We are one of the most disaster-prone areas in the world, so we experience natural disasters of all types on a fairly frequent basis. You know, these things happen for a reason, and that you can't do anything about it. Last year, it just erupted continuously over a period of months.
If you paid close attention, you will hear the lady in the news report make the comment about the people who were affected by this volcanic eruption in the Philippines. And most of the people, those who were close to the area where the volcano was erupting, life continued to them as normal. If you pay close attention to the description, she makes reference to farmers, to tourists, to the normal everyday life in the Philippines, and to the resiliency of the Philippines in how they deal with natural disasters. Now, here are the following points. Life continued normal. That's number one. Everything to them was normal. Number two, the farmers, they cleaned volcanic ash from their livestock. There were farmers who even planted pineapples and they had to go and clean those. Now, there also are other farmers who are going to go and plant. And there are people who are continuing business as usual, in the which they go and build houses. Construction workers continued their businesses. I'm making these notes for a reason. People went to the place of high tourism or tourist attraction and they were taking selfies of the volcano. They were taking selfies of themselves with that dreadful volcanic eruption right behind them. Furthermore, if you paid close attention, you will notice that there were people still getting married. Make note, they were getting married and being given in marriage while destruction was taking place. And in fact, they even took a picture of their wedding with the volcano erupting in the background. Life continued normal. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the Philippines, just like Japan, is high when it comes to natural disasters. Furthermore, it's interesting to note that even as you're seeing in the news report, the same place that thousands are being ordered to evacuate near Manila, they are remaining and taking selfies, and they are just ignoring these things. Because the frequency is not that great. We have faith. Here's a fun fact for you. The majority of the Philippines is predominantly Roman Catholic, which means they pray to the Virgin Mary, which means they confess their sins to men, which means they carry the crucifix with them, which means they pray to the Pope, which means they are idol worshippers. Now, put all of this on hold. I want to read a Bible passage from the book of Luke, and I'm going to compare that to what we have just seen here on the news report concerning the Philippines, and I want you all to pay close attention to the fine details outlined in the book of Luke. Listen to the following. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. The Bible just compared the end of the world, the end of time, the revealing of Jesus Christ. The second coming of Christ has just been compared to the days of Noah and the days of Lot. This exact same pattern of events, of life appearing normal, before any judgments of God are declared upon the people, is the exact same thing that also happened at the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Because just prior to the arrival of the Romans, life appeared to be normal. Now let's compare the days of Noah and Lot to what is happening today. The Bible says this is how it was in the days of Noah. They did eat. In other words, they were going to restaurants, you could say. They ate, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. So life continued normal. They still went to weddings, they still had their wines, they still had their restaurants. Life was normal. What about the days of Lot? The Bible says they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold. In other words, they went to the supermarkets. They were doing business, just like business is being done today in the Philippines. They planted. Oh, there goes the farmers. They planted and they builded. There goes the construction workers. They were building, doing everything normal. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no new thing, and let this not be a surprise for you. God will not pass judgments and allow for destruction to come both upon the righteous and the unrighteous. He first must seal them. I feel that the only thing that is holding back these islands from vanishing away is that God has a remnant. For the sake of His remnant, He is sparing these places right now. He is sparing them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to a time that no one will be able to stand on that dreadful day of the Lord, when Yeshua, when Jesus Christ bursts the eastern skies with power and with great glory. No one will be able to stand except for the remnant. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking forth and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. My friends, take heed very carefully. If you are anticipating a pre-tribulation rapture, be not deceived. There is no such thing as a pre-tribulation rapture. There is no escape from the tribulation that is coming. When the 7 last plagues are poured out upon this earth, both the wheat and the tares are together. When tribulation is taking place on this earth, even when the 7 last plagues are being poured out on this earth, both the righteous and the unrighteous are all together alive. The church goes through the time of tribulation. If you are anticipating a 7-year tribulation, be not deceived, because there is no definite time period since the end of the 2300-day prophecy. We have been living in the time of the end since 1798, the close of the 3.5 years, which is the 1260 prophetic days, which translates to 1260 literal years. In case you are confused, let me clear the air.